If you're anything like most people, you've probably set a New Year's resolution or two in your lifetime. And if you're also like most people, you've probably failed to stick to that resolution. In fact, studies show that less than 10% of people actually achieve their New Year's resolutions. So why is it that so few of us are able to stick to our goals? There are a number of reasons, but in this video, we're going to be talking about 10 things that might be holding you back from starting your own business. Welcome to Coffeepo.com, where you learn finance every day. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do, as we bring valuable information every day to keep you informed and updated about finances. 1. Overwhelming goal. Most people are scared of big goals. They think they need to tackle them whole. But the truth is, nobody teaches you how to properly set goals. Successful people set goals completely differently than most people. These unique strategies allow goals to go from wishful thinking to quite easy to follow action plans. The overarching idea is that of understanding how to break down a big goal into pieces that require a combination of know-how and action that's available to you. Once you do that, the combination of these smaller goals naturally leads you to the big one. For example, let's say your goal is to start your own business. A big goal like that can be very overwhelming, but if you break it down into smaller goals, it becomes much more manageable. The first goal might be to do some research on starting your own business. This requires know-how. You need to learn about what it takes to start a business, what kind of business you want to start, and what you need to do to make it successful. The second goal might be to take some action steps towards starting your own business. This might involve things like setting up a website, registering your business, and starting to market your product or service. 2. I don't trust myself to succeed. Growing up is hard enough, but it's even harder when you feel like you're alone in the world. People around you have never been supportive of your efforts, so you grew up doubting your ability. Your parents failed you, school failed you, and maybe you're a little bit different than everyone else. So the thought of finding success in the traditional way scares you. But ask yourself, what is the minimum amount of action you can take? Trust yourself that you can take that first step. That's all you have to do today. You might not trust yourself to get to the top of the mountain just yet, but that first step isn't as complicated as it seems. If the goal is to run a marathon, just put the trainers on today and walk for 5 minutes outside. Through this, you start building trust in yourself and trust in the process. Even the longest journey begins with just one step. It's okay to be scared, but don't let that stop you from taking the first step. Remember that you are capable of anything you set your mind to. Just take it one day at a time, one step at a time. 3. Other people's judgment. The world is split into two groups: unhappy people that judge others and happy people that don't care what others think. When you're doing you, you enjoy being yourself and doing the things that bring you genuine happiness. Your happiness, it triggers those who are unhappy, so they throw shade in the hopes to lift themselves up by bringing your emotional state down. Why care what other people think when this life is about you? Public criticism is just the price you pay for doing something different. Allow yourself the option to be kinda cringe. Who cares if others judge what and how you do things? You're making progress over here. Other people will find it interesting. You want more of the second than the first category. 4. Perfectionism. If you're the type of person who strives for perfection in everything you do, you may be surprised to learn that this quality is actually holding you back from achieving true success. While it's admirable to want to do your best in all that you do, the fact is that perfectionism can often lead to paralysis, preventing you from taking any action at all. If you're constantly worried that you're not good enough or that you'll make a mistake, you'll never get anywhere. Remember that progress, not perfection, is the key to success. As long as you're moving forward and making even small improvements, you're on the right track. So don't be afraid to take risks and to put yourself out there. You may not be perfect, but you're perfect for the journey you're on. 5. Not knowing where to start. Every problem out there is either a knowledge or an action problem. We've all heard the saying, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Unfortunately, this motto also extends to solving problems. In order to fix something, we either need to know how or take action. And often, the first step is the hardest. When it comes to taking action on our goals, we can all be a little guilty of procrastination. We make excuses, telling ourselves that we'll start tomorrow or that we don't know where to begin. But the truth is, we usually do know where to start. We're just afraid of taking that first step. Statistically speaking, most of us are pretty good at solving problems. We have all the information we need at our fingertips. We just need to be honest with ourselves and take that first step. So if you're feeling stuck, ask yourself this question: what's holding me back from taking action on my goal? If you can't answer that, try searching how to start fill in the blank on YouTube. You might be surprised at how many helpful videos are out there. 6. Fear of competition. In business, competition is key. It's a necessary part of any market, and it's a good way to gauge whether or not people actually want what you have to offer. Your competitors serve as a proof of concept, and they can also give you an idea of what people are looking for in a product or service. However, you should never be afraid to be yourself, because you are the only person who can offer something truly unique. Being authentic will help you stand out from your competitors, and some people will choose you over them because they perceive you as being more genuine. So go out there and be the best you can be. Show the world what you've got, and don't be afraid to be different. Competition will only make you stronger, and in the end, the best product or service will always win. 7. Not having the right tools. You think you need fancy equipment, expensive tools, and rare materials, but the best tool is the one you actually have. Use whatever you have at your disposal to gain some traction. Start the business with what you have, and if your business is decent, you'll make a little bit of money out of it. Don't waste it, okay? Reinvest it. Do this over and over again until you can afford to buy the tool that you want or need. This is excellent advice for anyone starting their own business. So many people believe that they need to have the latest and greatest equipment in order to be successful. However, the best tool is always the one that you have on hand. Use whatever you have available to you to get your business off the ground. 8. You're scared to go at it alone. You might think you need someone to hold your hand, someone who can take care of the hard things. But life doesn't work like that. The more you grow, the more you evolve. You come to realize that there are some battles you have to face yourself because they require you to do so. Relying on others gives off the illusion of success. Doing it yourself is the real deal. There will be times in your life when you'll have to go it alone. This can be scary, but it's also empowering. You'll learn that you're stronger than you thought you were, and that you can handle anything that comes your way. So don't be afraid to walk alone sometimes. It's good for you. It'll make you stronger and more independent. And in the end, that's what we all want to be. 9. Not the right time. The time will never be right. There's always going to be something else that requires your attention. This is why most people are trapped in mediocrity. They expect and think that in order to make progress in life, the planets have to align for you. Everyone who's ever made something of themselves will tell you that starting despite the timing not being right is what allowed them to get there. Do it on the side. Do it to the best of your current time availability, as Nike puts it. Just do it. You might be thinking that you don't have enough time to start that side hustle you've been wanting to do, or you're not ready to take the leap and quit your day job. But the truth is, the time will never be perfect. There's always going to be something else that requires your attention. Everyone who's ever made something of themselves will tell you that starting despite the timing not being right is what allowed them to get there. So if you're waiting for the perfect time to start, you're never going to make any progress. 10. Not knowing the right people. In today's society, it's easy to feel like you need to have connections in order to be successful. However, the reality is that you need to put in the work in order to get a seat at the table with the right people. Stop expecting others to miraculously solve your problems. Solve them yourself. You have a work problem, not a connections problem. You're not worthy right now of being around those you consider to be successful. So become successful, and then they will come to you. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more videos from our channel, subscribe and make sure to turn on the bell icon.